Hello. This is day 2 at the conference that I'm at for the International Conference for Near-Death Studies. And I wanted to touch in with you to tell you a couple of highlights. There's actually so many things it'd be hard to share in this one little video, so I'm just going to pick a couple of them. So one of them that keeps on coming up is about how we need to be careful where we point our attention, because we are such powerful beings. Our thoughts and our feelings are going to send a lot of energy to wherever we're looking at. So, even for instance, what's going on right now, the storm in Florida, and it is serious for a lot of people. But I think TV tends to dramatize it, and they want us to keep watching and keep watching. So we just do have to be careful about what be careful where you point that thing, that phrase. Be careful where we point our attention, because wherever we point our attention and bring emotion to, we're adding to that. So that's one of the things. Another thing that keeps coming up is, in order for us to really hear messages from that heavenly dimension, there needs to be a great amount of self-love that we have. Because when we're too much in ego and fear, we can't hear those messages. So to really work on healing our baggage. I think about, for me, you go to the airport sometimes, and I pack that huge suitcase that it's like, oh my gosh, this is definitely going to be over the 50-pound weight limit. And I used to go around with, baggage that was definitely over the 50-pound weight limit. Now I feel like, I've worked on it a lot. I've unpacked a lot of stuff, and it's down to maybe a carry-on, or, some days I feel like it's down to maybe just a fanny pack that I'm carrying around. So to work on that, and one of the biggest things we want to work on is really increasing our amount of self-love. So a lot of the people here at this conference for near-death studies are people that have had near-death experiences where they actually have a memory of going into that heavenly realm. And I've heard many people's stories about it here at this conference, and it's always that they are given the message that they're very loved. They're loved so unconditionally, no matter what they've done. Not only are they loved in spite of anything bad they've done, but they're actually loved because of anything they've done. And that's kind of a hard thing to wrap our heads around, but basically, we can do no wrong that is going to take us out of any unconditional love from that dimension. So you can do no wrong that is going to stop that unconditional love from coming to you. That's pretty powerful. Now, we have to believe it in order for us to be in our power. A lot of you have heard of and maybe done mirror work, where you stand in front of the mirror and you say, I love you, and you put your name on the end, like, I love you, Banny. And I can remember doing that, and at first it feeling so uncomfortable and so weird and difficult, but the more you do it and practice, the more you get used to it. So one of the speakers today was saying to take that even a step further, and to say, I love you, even when, and then maybe things that we might not love ourselves so much about. So I might say, like, I love you even when you get lost, or I love you even when you lose your keys, or I love you even when you lose your temper and are kind of a bitch to someone, or whatever it might be. And I'm like, that's cool. I like that, because then we're becoming more divine. We're becoming more like that unconditional love. And that's really what our main purpose here is, to become one with the divine. So anyways, a couple pointers, and I will touch back with you tomorrow to tell you more. And I hope this has been a blessing to you. Namaste.